So for some of you that don't know, I stream on Twitch and we play a lot of pro clubs on there, a lot of FC 24, 25 and all that. And we've created a crazy community of football fans on Twitch. And we have some mad discussions on there, right? Some incredible like debates and, you know, ideas and opinions and takes and all this stuff. And I love it. It's so good over there. So I want to try and bring that onto YouTube, onto here, right? And this is my like big idea for like, you know, new year, new me kind of thing. Trying to diverse my content a little bit and trying to do something different, because in those discussions, in those debates, and in that just like discussion and talking about football on Twitch, in the Twitch chat with you guys and live and all that kind of stuff, I've learned so much, you know what I mean, about football that I never knew before, about areas of the globe that watch football, about teams that I never knew about, all this kind of stuff. I would love to learn more. Like, I want to expand that knowledge that I've had about football and can share with you guys, and you can share with me as well. Just even higher, even more, you know, because I love this game, as we all do, right? I love football, love the sport, love to watch it, used to be able to play it back in the day, not so much anymore. But it's just, I love it, man. It's so good. And you get to like see it from different perspectives and different opinions and like learn a lot more about it, because in those debates and in those opinions, obviously sometimes it get a bit heated, it get a bit passionate, you know how it goes. But in that debate, there's knowledge and there's understanding and there's learning, and I love it. I want to see more, I want to learn more. And this is where I'm here today on YouTube to try and learn more. Basically, I'm here to learn more. And I'd like to basically start making football videos, talking about the game, talking about clubs, talking about my opinions on like certain aspects of the game and football, and just create a general discussion with you guys in the community and in the comments and all that kind of stuff, just about football and what you think about it, all the opinions, all the takes, all the debates as well. So for today, as you can see by the title and thumbnail and all that stuff, we are talking about Chelsea being in the title race, all right? And I'm going to put it flat out, in my opinion, I believe they are not in the title race. And this isn't to like, you know, take away pressure from them and anything like that. It's like any like emotional pressure around it, I don't care about. It's not a big deal to me. But like looking at it factually, subjectively, and just like what the actual cold hard facts say, especially what history tells us too, you kind of can understand that Chelsea, this team, they're not really there. They're not quite in the title race, I believe. They're doing really well, yes, and they've come a long way, yes, 100%. But there's still another level above where they're not quite at yet. And that's where they need to be if they want to compete. But a few of the reasons as to why they're not at that level, I believe, is because it's a new squad, right? They've been together for a few years, but there's still new additions coming through all the time. And they've won things individually at different clubs, right? But they haven't won anything together as like a team, you know what I mean? So it's a whole different ball game to like win something as a squad. I mean, recently they were in the, was it League Cup final last season against Liverpool. And I think we all remember how that went. The £1 billion bottle jobs, the Liverpool's kids won it against Chelsea's like, you know, £1 billion team, all this kind of stuff. So yeah, that's the squad. You know, it's basically a very similar team to what it is now. Obviously, they've come a long way in that time, but that's the progression. You can see where it's going. Obviously, the manager as well. Different manager altogether, obviously, right? So, yeah, looking at history, you can tell us that this team, they're not quite ready yet. You know, they had the chance to win a trophy and bottled it, of course. But this is where I believe, like, the Conference League can be a massive part of this Chelsea squad. Obviously, they're basically the biggest team in it, right? In the Conference League, Chelsea. So, they should win it, and there's a pressure on them to win it, which is a very small amount of pressure compared to like a Premier League title, for example. But that kind of pressure we're expecting to win is still something in itself. So hopefully, the fingers crossed they can do it. I am a Chelsea fan, by the way, if anyone didn't realise. But yeah, just get out of the way quickly. But yeah, it would be nice for them to, you know, win that trophy, to get some, like I said earlier about the winning together as a squad, get that trophy under their belts, and then push on to next season, where I believe they could truly have a sustained bid for the title. And I believe then we can talk about them being in the title race, even from like day zero, before a ball was kicked, because hopefully this season will go quite well. They try and compete for the top four, get a little bit of like understanding of, you know, 2 games a week consistently as well, because, you know, obviously being in Europe, being in the league at the weekend, maybe get a good FA Cup run going, we'll see. But all this like pressure of like game is like super important, especially at the business end of the season, which we're yet to see, is yeah, that's where the real money's made, right? And we can really like define a team. Are they really got that material and got that, like, you know, the next level above to reach, to get over the line, even if they're not playing very well, because that's another thing as well, right? Chelsea are playing really good football, playing really well, scoring some lovely goals. But what about the day when they don't. You know what I mean? When they have a bad day, when Chelsea can't create a thing, they got against a really strong defense, they're really struggling. Can they grind out a result? And in the few occasions where we've seen that, they haven't. You know, they drew to Palace 1-0. They lost to Liverpool, lost to Man City in games they maybe should have grinded out. They could have got a draw against Liverpool and Man City, but they lost them obviously. So it's these kind of results that you can kind of see where like they just fall short a little bit. They're close, they're not far, but then just not there, you know. So I believe these are just many reasons again as to why they're not in a title race. Obviously we can continue talking about the squad itself, right? Obviously there's a few individuals that like people like to flag, such as like Robert Sanchez. He seems to be, you know, prone to a mistake, giving the ball away, making bad decisions, you know, not really helping his team out. And I believe the answer for Chelsea's keeper is on their bench, that Philip Jorgensen. He seems like a great keeper, but we'll see how Sanchez goes for the rest of the season. I don't see Maresca dropping him at all, really. People like to say they're a centre-back away, but I'm not so sure. I think if Fofana can stay fit, I think Fofana and Colwill do have a great partnership building there slowly. It's getting there, you know, experience and time will tell. It's the right back that worries me. Obviously Reece James and his injuries consistently. It's a bit of a tough one, especially like I keep saying about the business end of the season when like every game's like a semi-final, final, you know, top four like team here, you know, it's always important towards the last few stages to like grind out those 3 points. And for Malo Gusto to play week in, twice a week, you know, week in, week out, in like semi-final here, final there, you know, 3-point top 4 finish here. It's a lot. So Reece James will have to stay fit if they even want to think about pushing for any trophies this season, including Conference League. So it's it can't all rest on Malo Gusto's shoulders. He's gonna have to have some help, and I do not want to see Axel Disasi playing right back. I know Caicedo's played there recently and he can do it, but it's not his primary position, Caicedo, so you want to see him back in midfield where he thrives. But yeah, it's not pretty sight to seeing Disasi play right backs. So we'll avoid that if possible, if Reece James can stay fit. And again, speaking of injuries, just injuries in general, right? We've got obviously some key players at Chelsea, Cole Palmer being a star player, but any of them, like Jackson, you know, even Sanchez playing incredibly well, Felix and Nkunku, Pedro Neto, Madueke, any of these players, Enzo Fernandez, Cucurella, Colwill, any of these players get like, fingers crossed, touch wood, doesn't happen, right? But like, we don't wish injuries on players, but if they were to get an injury, it could destabilise, you know, any sort of form Chelsea have. Because obviously they have this like 2 teams, right? They've got a European team and like a league team. And the second like one of the puzzle pieces gets missing and you got to jostle it around, it could destabilise the whole like rhythm they've got of like European team, league team, European team, league team, vice versa. So obviously it's just how it goes. It's football. Every team gets injuries. But if they can avoid key injuries to key players, even for like a long period of time, it would be it would go in their favour to like try and push for a title fight. But I don't believe even with that they would do it. But towards the end of the video, I want to try and be a bit more positive. You know what I mean? It's been a bit dreary, and if you're a Chelsea fan watching this, you're thinking, oh great, there's no hope, we're going to lose and not get top 4 or whatever. No, we will. I believe in the top 4 for sure, but a title race is just a little bit, I think, extra of a stretch. Then again, saying that, I don't think many Chelsea fans truly believe we're in a title race. You know, we've had a very good run, we're in very good form, but we're yet to be truly in like bad form grinding results. And when we have done like early in the season, we didn't do very well. So we're yet to see this true side, like the metal of this Chelsea team, I believe. And we'll see when they get to that point where they're not playing great, can they still win? That's like the true making of a champion, right? If you're having a really bad day, you kind of stink and nothing's really working out, but you still get 3 points, that's a title winning team, you know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A little bit different, I know, something I've never really done before as well, so I'd like to get your feedback on it as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like I said, thank you all for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Appreciate your support as always, and I'll see you in a new video, hopefully very soon, about another football topic that I wish to talk about. But yeah, take it easy, in a bit.